Hi everyone, and welcome to this episode of Noodle Journey, where I'll be reviewing another Korean noodle variety from a company we've never tried before. This is Ottogi's Jin Mild Ramen. Just like the other Korean companies we've reviewed so far, Ottogi has been around for a long time, since 1969 in fact, so they clearly know what they're doing. One of my favorite Asian cooking YouTube channels speaks very highly of this brand, and so that certainly piqued my interest. These came in my variety pack from cocoyam.com, which looks to be either rebranded or dead at the moment. But these are available in various online storefronts in a 4-pack for around $10, or at your local Asian grocery store, or on Amazon for a typical markup. I have enjoyed a bunch of spicy Korean soups in the past, like Nangshim Shin, Paldo Namja, and Samyang Ramen, so I thought it was high time to showcase a mild version of those for everyone who might not like the spiciness of those noodles, but is interested in this type of flavor. I've gotten more than a few people asking me for milder options, plus I see people frequently ask on Reddit and Facebook about less spicy noodles, so here we are. Now, this isn't to say that this soup isn't going to be spicy at all, because it's still got red pepper as part of the soup base, but from what I can tell, this one promises a more beginner level of spice. I'm very keen to taste this because if it's good, I can finally recommend something to those people who are looking to get used to spicy noodles without diving off the deep end right away with something like Shin or Namja or Baldock. So let's check out the package and its contents. This does have a good amount of sodium in it at 1980 milligrams. Inside we've got a standard noodle block, a dried vegetable packet, and a dried soup packet. This vegetable packet feels more substantial than some of the other brands I've tried. According to the ingredients, it contains dried cabbage, green onion, carrot, mushroom, seaweed, and textured vegetable protein, which is a fancy way of saying soy chunks pretending to be meat. This is surprisingly not vegetarian because it has oyster extract buried way down in the ingredients, so be warned if that matters to you. So let's cook and see how these go. So interestingly enough, we actually cook the vegetable flakes first here. So we're going to empty the flake packet into 550 milliliters of room temperature water. And turn on the stove and bring it to a boil. And now that it's boiling, add the soup base, add the noodles, and cook this for 4 minutes. And here we are. Before I even taste this, I have to say the vegetable smell is really more pronounced than any of the other variations of this soup I've had before. And unless you really hate your vegetables, I think that's a good thing. Let's taste this. Wow, these noodles are great. Comparable to the other brands I've tried. They have a nice chew. They're a decent thickness. I noticed from the package that Ottogi uses potato starch in their noodles, just like Paldo does, which I think makes these a little bit more bitey than I expected. So this is an 8 out of 10 for noodles. They're not quite as plump as Paldo's noodles, but about on par with Nangshim. Very nice. Now, you're probably all wondering about the spice level, after all that talk about mild versus spicy. As expected, this mild is mild by Korean red pepper soup standards. It does still have a spice to it, and it is the kind that will tickle your lips and the back of your throat, but it is a tame spice compared to all the other red soups we've looked at so far. I would give this a 3 out of 10 for spice. It's about as spicy as your average supermarket kimchi. As for the broth flavor, it's very vegetable forward with the taste of artificial beef broth. And I don't know if it's a placebo effect or not, but I feel like cooking the dried vegetables in the beginning as an extra step really brought out some great flavor. You can definitely taste the mushroom, carrot, and seaweed, especially, with some garlic in there. Maybe not enough for my garlic cravings, but it's good. And there's just a little bit of sweetness to balance it out. I would dare say it's the most well-balanced flavor of any of the basic red chili soups I've tried. I wouldn't go so far as to say I like this better than Shin Black or Paldo Namja because I really do want more garlic than this has to offer. But that's just a personal preference. This is by no means a slouch, and the flavor is objectively very good. So to score it accordingly, I'm going to give this a 7.5 out of 10. If you don't care about garlic so much and are just looking for a pleasant vegetable beef soup taste, you might rate this even higher. So what have we learned today? That this mild doesn't necessarily mean mild in the traditional sense, but I don't want the 3 out of 10 spiciness to dissuade you from trying this soup. If you're someone who wants to get into spicy noodles and doesn't know where to start, I urge you to start here. You'll get the same flavor notes as with the spicier soups, but without as much mouth burn. If you really want to play it safe, use only half of the soup powder to start and work your way up from there. Spicy food can be really fun if you can get your taste buds to cooperate, and so soup like this is a great way to train yourself. I just learned recently that the reason people start getting hooked on spicy food is because it releases endorphins and dopamine in your brain, similar to a runner's high. Did you know that? I didn't. I would certainly rather eat a bowl of noodles than run a marathon, so thank you, brain. My next video will be Ottogi's hot version of this product, so please tune into that if you want to know how the two versions compare to each other. Until then, I hope you spice novices will try this and enjoy it as much as I did. And please like and subscribe to continue on this noodle journey with me.